안녕하세요. 로스앤젤레스한인회 회장 제임슨입니다. 여러분들 집에 인터넷 많이 쓰시죠? 드라마도 보고 유튜브도 보실 텐데요. 우리 생활에서 인터넷은 이제 필수가 됐습니다. 하지만 인터넷 비용 부담되신 적 다들 있으시죠? 30불, 매월 30불씩 인터넷 요금을 할인해주는 프로그램이 있습니다. Affordable Connectivity 프로그램은 저소득층 가족에게 매월 30불의 할인 혜택을 제공하고 있습니다. 거의 무료 또는 저렴한 비용으로 인터넷을 이용할 수 있어 요즘 같은 시기에 여러분 살림에 큰 도움이 될 것입니다. 신청을 원하시면 LA하인회로 지금 연락 주시기 바랍니다.
Hi, I'm Alan.
I'm Jenny.
I'm Brandon.
And you're
You're
watching
watching
Chingoo
Chingoo
Chat. All right, awesome. Welcome back to our podcast. Today we have joining us a special guest. You don't see them on screen, but they're here. Could you maybe introduce yourself a little bit, Chloe?
Hi, I'm your imaginary friend, Chloe. I am 24 years young, and I'm here to listen to all the different experiences you guys had when you were visiting Korea. So yeah, let's get started.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for giving us a little bit of an intro. So as Chloe did mention, we will be talking a little bit more about our experiences visiting Korea. But before we get into that, we did have a very important event last week, last Thursday on December 7th. It was actually our gala, our yearly gala. And Chloe, could you tell us a little bit about that? How did it go? What was it about and what was it for? Just a little bit of background.
So last Thursday, we had our Heritage Gala at the KTP Plaza. We had our sponsors and guests and people who make Koreatown amazing over and just celebrated and just gathered to what do I say? Recognize people who protect Koreatown and try to make it better. So it was great. It went well.
Yeah. Like Chloe said, it was a pretty big celebratory event in which we recognized and made sure to celebrate all of the good, all the achievements that we've had throughout the year, and also recognize all the people that have supported us throughout that process during the year. Make sure to give a lot of recognition to everybody. So thank you to everyone who did come. We appreciate your support, and we'll also post up some additional images on the YouTube so that you can see what it was like if you weren't able to attend. But we do hope you can maybe come next year. Yeah. Okay, so moving on to the rest of our episode today. Last episode, we talked about our experiences traveling in Korea. So this time I thought we could maybe expand upon that a little bit. Talk about maybe some travel tips, some things that we think that you should know going into Korea, and that'll help, especially during your experience. So Brandon, last time you talked about visiting the DMV.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit more about that? Just the overall experience. Would you recommend it?
Yeah, I would love to talk about the Korean DMV, but I could talk about the Korean
DMZ.
DMZ.
Oh, did I say DMV? My bad.
Yeah, the Korean DMZ, it was a pretty good experience, I'd say. The tour that I specifically went on was the JSA tour, means the Joint Security Area tour.
Mm-hmm.
And in that area, if you've seen the famous photos of our presidents going there, or famous political figures going there, there's the two blue houses and that big North Korean building in the background, and then the actual line of where North Korea and South Korea, the actual border. And I was able to see that in person, and technically I was able to go into North Korea as well, because that blue room, it crosses the borders. So there's a certain line in the room as well. And when you cross it, you're technically in North Korean boundaries.
Wow.
So it was a pretty cool experience. I'd say if people are very interested in seeing like like scenery of like there's a lot of like nature when you go over there because it's not really much, just the border.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to see like all the big South Korean JSA soldiers, and the people or the soldiers that get into the JSA program, apparently it's like even harder than getting into Seoul University. And yeah, they pick like the top, like less than 1% of the guys in Korea, mainly because they want to show off the best people and like show off to North Korea, because when the soldiers are standing there face to face in that border, they want to show that South Korea is better than North Koreans, and that we have the better people, and our people are bigger, stronger, smarter.
Yeah.
So it's just like a what do you call it? Not really like a scare tactic, but it's like a sign of dominance.
Kind of like a
North Korea.
front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like a front. And the whole experience was crazy. Even there's like, I think there's some U.S. Soldiers like on that border too. So it was pretty interesting to see that. Yeah, I mean, I know you and I did some research on the DMZ tours, and we found that they were like an underground tunnel tour. There was like a suspended what was it?
Yeah, suspension bridge.
Yeah, suspension bridge. Yeah, there we go. And there's like also other tours. I wasn't able to go visit those tours, but I did get to see the more exclusive JSA tour.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think JSA stands for Joint Security
area.
Area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So from what Brandon and I researched, currently that tour is unavailable at the moment. But if you guys do end up finding like an availability, make sure to check it out, because it seems pretty fun, according to Brandon. So yeah, make sure to check that out. Awesome. In terms of like activities or like food, I feel like Jenny, you have a lot to say about that. Can you speak on that a little bit?
For food, I recommend you go to a traditional Korean market. The most famous one is 광장시장. A lot of Netflix shows and reality shows highlighted some of the scenes in that market. They famously have the iconic beef tartare, which is also called yukhae, as well as like Korean pancakes. And what I like about 광장시장 is it's also nearby the Gyeongbokgung Palace. So it's really famous for having tourists wear their Korean traditional hanbok and like visit the palace. And if you also like dressing up, there's not only the palace, but there's a lot of amusement parks in Korea. So like Lotte World or what was that?
Everland. Oh.
The other zoo that Chloe talked about.
Something zoo.
The Everland Safari Land.
Oh, Safari Land. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so besides like traditional Korean foods, like visiting like open night markets, I know a very popular place is Busan for the fish markets, right?
Yeah.
It's like, cuz you can buy like fresh caught fish,
Yeah.
and then they'll prepare it for you
Right
like,
upstairs.
like right
Yeah.
upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's pretty good.
It's
good.
pretty
Like,
cheap
You gotta
too.
pick it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta pick
Yeah.
your fish in like the big tank.
Yeah, it's a whole
Yeah.
experience. Like
Yeah.
you basically like shop
Yeah.
for a fish and then just eat it right away,
Yeah.
like fresh.
No,
Yeah.
it's like fresh.
Like fresh.
really
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's definitely something that you should check out if you do like seafood. It's a very good experience. In terms of, what about sightseeing? Are there any places?
I do recommend visiting like the Korean mountains and going hiking. Have you guys been?
Yeah, I've been to Jeju, Jejudo.
Hallasan?
Yeah, Hallasan.
So iconic.
Yeah.
Because it's really different from like the hikes here in LA. So if you do get the chance, I do recommend it.
Yeah.
And you could also visit Nami Island, which is in Gapyeong, about an hour or 2 hours from Seoul if you ride the subway. They have like rail bikes. Have you guys watched Winter Sonata? It's a
No.
famous Korean drama.
Are you talking about 겨울연가
Yeah,
from like 25 years ago?
yeah.
Oh,
They
it's
filmed it
old.
over there.
Were you even born when that
They
when
filmed it
that show
over
came
there.
out?
So it's very.
No, this is a very serious question. Were you born when that
I
series
don't
came out?
think so.
Wow.
No, but
Thank
it's
God for
so
Netflix.
famous. And you could ride bikes around the island, eat really good food.
Wait, going back to the hiking story. I know Halasan. I actually hiked Halasan. It took forever to get to the peak. But the funny thing that I remember, and it seems like a novelty to non-Koreans, but it's 번데기.
Oh,
No?
no.
I don't like that. You don't like it? You guys know what 번데기 is, right? It's like the silkworm cocoon
Yeah.
that people eat out of like newspapers and cups and stuff. It's
Newspapers?
yeah, I mean they basically like take a newspaper, and I'll show this on the camera, but they take a piece of paper, they wrap it into like a cone, right? And then they put like silkworm cocoon in here with the juice, and then you just kind of eat it like that. Have you guys not experienced that before? That's like a big hiking thing in Korea. Like whenever you go to a mountain to go hiking, whether it's Hallasan or 설악산, these vendors sell them for super cheap at the base of the mountain, and basically while you're hiking, you eat this stuff. No
No,
experience with
usually
that?
after the hike, there's beer, makgeolli, and like baeksuk that they sell at the bottom of the mountain. So I go there.
So basically, just Jenny just has experience with the alcohol vendors. I get it.
gosh.
Okay, but yeah, it's kind of weird, for Westerners and Americans to, eat insects and stuff. I know that seems like a really exotic thing, and we see that on other YouTube channels. But I think it's eating 번데기 in Korea while you're hiking is definitely part of that whole experience. So if any of you guys are planning on going to Korea anytime soon, definitely recommend that.
Oh.
Or not.
Eating 번데기?
Yeah, or not.
I don't think I'll ever eat that again.
I think it's a fun experience to try, just for the one time.
Yeah, just to say that
When
you
you
tried
bite
it
into
once.
it, the
Yeah.
juice, like,
Oh, that's the best part. You bite into it, and the juice just kind of explodes in your mouth. That's like the best part.
oh my god.
Wait, what does it even taste like?
I honestly don't think it tastes like anything. It's if anything, it's like the juices that come out of the silkworm cocoon, if you will. But it doesn't really taste funky at all. I think it's more of the idea of eating an insect that gets to you than the actual taste. You know what I mean?
So it's all mental.
Yeah, it's all mental.
Like,
It's all mental.
Yeah, it's all mental.
yeah,
Okay.
you can say that. Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah. High source. Yeah, Chloe said it's a high source of protein. Definitely agree.
And that's one of the reasons why you should try it.
Good nutrients. All right. So in terms of like tips and tricks, do you guys have anything that like people should know going into Korea that'll make their traveling experience a lot easier, more convenient maybe?
We should talk about the currency conversion, SIM cards. What else is there? Oh, the T-money card.
Money and like what map services to use.
Like
Google
navigation.
Maps obviously doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think transportation is always a challenge in Korea. Even though the country is small, there are different places, obviously, in the whole country that you can visit. But even getting around in Seoul could sometimes be a challenge if you're a foreigner. Obviously, Korea has become a lot more globalized, so everything's in English. But even myself, as a fluent Korean speaker, when I go to Korea, I always have a hard time traveling. You mentioned T-money, Jenny, and that's like, could you explain what the T-money card is?
T-money is basically a transportation card. As soon as you get off of your airplane, there should be a convenience store in that terminal, like once you exit. And you could buy T-money tap cards anywhere, like at the subway station, convenience store, just anywhere. And you could use that not only when you pay for transportation, but also when you ride like taxis. And when you pay for stuff like other than like transportation services, I believe you can also use that money like cash.
Right. So I think if you're from LA, and I don't know how many of our viewers watch or take public transportation, but we have the Metro card, right? And we use that primarily to ride the bus or the subway. But in Korea, everything's so digitized that you can pretty much do anything with this T-money card. You can actually purchase stuff at like the convenience store
Yeah.
too, right? You can input it into your phone and use it like an Apple Pay or Google Pay system. But yeah, so I think that's like the first thing that you need if you want to travel. Kind of like Korea, I kind of like the United States. Korea has its own Uber system where if you call an Uber these days, it's not private citizens that are coming to pick you up. It actually connects you to the universal taxi system, and a cab will actually pick you up. So in that aspect, I think it's easy. But Brandon, the last time you went to Korea, did you have to ride the subway system?
Yeah, I mainly rode the subway system, and sometimes I did the taxi. I usually did the KakaoTalk taxi. So there's an app on your phone that's like the main messaging app in Korea. It's called KakaoTalk, and you can also like request taxi services on there, and it goes to like wherever location, and then like the money's also through like Kakao Pay and stuff like that. But regarding to the subway system, yes, I did take the subway system a lot. I did use a T-Money tap card, or yeah, T-Money card, and I actually didn't know that you could pay like for other things with it.
Yeah.
So I probably do have some money left over, and it got me to a lot of the places. Subway's pretty good in that like the schedule is like on spot on time most of the time, unless there's a delay. Last time I went, there was a monsoon, so the subways did get flooded. But luckily, I was not there. I was in Jeju though, and then when I came back, the flood was gone. So thank God for that. Anyways, but the subway system is really good. Like getting to city by city, it's pretty fast. I'd say like traveling around, you wouldn't have to spend too much money on the subway. But depending on how far you go, for example, you go to like Seoul to Busan, you would have to take a different train system, which is not supported by T-Money. I forgot what that.
KTX?
Yeah,
KTX.
KTX. Yeah, and
Oh, you can't pay for
No.
KTX or SRT with the T-Money card?
yeah,
So, because it's a train,
you have to buy a
the
ticket.
T-Money pays for subways, buses, taxis. and-
Yeah, you have to buy a separate ticket for those. But yeah, so my experience was pretty good. I'd say it was pretty seamless because like everywhere you go in the subway system, there's like a little ATM box where you can just put more money into it. So you'll never run out of like having a place to not like put funds into it. So I think it's really good.
Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. You guys, you just used the word seamless when you were talking about the subway. I had a horrible
It
experience
was
on the
so
subway.
easy.
Are you
so
serious?
Easy. It was so easy for me.
It's
It
just
was
me?
all in English.
yeah.
I kept going the wrong direction, right? So like, let's say I'm trying to go from Seoul to whatever,
Yeah.
whatever area is east of Seoul,
Yeah.
and I kept going west,
But
right?
it tells you if you're going the wrong way.
Who tells you?
Like the arrow goes the opposite direction if you're not following the.
Well, obviously, but
Yeah.
so basically, it's kind of like New York or even LA subway station. If you stand on this side of the thing, you're gonna go that way, and if you stand on this side of the platform, you're gonna go the other way. But reading those little maps, like the Seoul subway system map, I honestly thought I was going the right way. So I basically went on the train. I closed my eyes and I took a nap. By the time I opened my eyes, I was like 2 hours in the opposite direction, and then so I came back the other way. But then the other line diverged with like into this other line, and I ended up close to North Korea. I swear to God, I ended up close to North Korea. So I eventually got off, took a cab, and spent like $100
Oh my
to go to a place where I could have gone for like $1.25. So don't let these guys fool you, guys. Subway system in Korea can be easy, but one wrong move and you will end up at the DMV apparently.
DMZ.
I know, I'm just kidding.
That's
But
probably true.
Okay. Note to that. You guys should definitely get navigation app. Because I think that can all be mitigated or avoided potentially by the use of a pretty good navigation app. So it's either Naver or Kakao?
Kakao
Oh, Kakao Maps. Yeah, those are the two main ones. You can't use Google Maps. They just don't support Google Maps there. Like, it's not available. So you have to use one of those two. It's pretty much like Google and Apple Maps here.
Yeah.
So they're very good, and you basically just like search in your destination, and then it'll show you like all of the different routes that you can take, how much it'll cost, and as well as the time So like how long it'll take and which trains, like the timing of the specific trains at the stations. So it's very convenient. Yeah. But besides that, even if you don't have an app, you have to make sure that your train is going to the right destination. So if you look at the very last station of the direction that you're traveling in, it'll say that station in the station that you're in, on like which train you're going to board. So so that's another tip for traveling.
Should talk about the SIM cards.
No, we haven't. We should.
Our experiences.
Yeah, we should talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, I was gonna get a SIM card when I landed in Korea because you can get. There's a lot of SIM card stations in the airport itself, but they're kind of expensive. Luckily, my phone plan supports like international calling and texting, so I was like pretty okay with that. So I didn't really have to buy what other people will call a keran, which is an egg, and it's like a wireless, I guess like a mobile hotspot that connects to like all the internet in Korea, because Korea has like really fast internet. These like small companies, like small stands, sell these small devices that are able to connect to the internet. There's like internet in the bus, subway station, like pretty much every restaurant. And I didn't have to buy that because my internet was okay. I know some people have to buy the kerans. I don't know if you guys had to buy SIM cards or not. I didn't really have to buy a SIM card. I know Jenny, I think you bought a SIM card, right? Yeah,
bought
you
a
want to
SIM
talk about that?
The SIM card I bought, you had to like manually change it. It wasn't an eSIM. It costs around roughly $50 a month, and it came with unlimited data, call, text. So that was very convenient because I have a lot of family members over there, so I'll just always be calling them. But yeah, and the internet was pretty fast too, for being unlimited.
It's pretty nice.
What about you?
Yeah. So I had a different experience. I actually had an eSIM. So I downloaded an app called Ubigi. It's UIBIGI, Ubigi, and it basically just lets you purchase an eSIM for like a specific region of the world that you're going to. So I purchased the East Asia eSIM, and I was actually traveling in Japan and Korea at the time, and I was able to use it in both countries, which was very convenient. So I bought a gig which lasted me the entire trip, which was like 3 weeks. It was pretty cheap as well. It wasn't like, I'm pretty sure it was under 50. And I basically just used that the entire trip, and I had like no issues at all. Yeah. And it's very convenient. Like you don't even have to replace any like physical card. Just download it. And then that's pretty much it. Just have access. So if you guys want to check out that as well, just definitely check out Ubigi. Yeah, but you guys do have like a lot of different options.
Yeah.
Like you can get the keran, it's the mobile, or the physical eSIM, or the physical SIM, or the eSIM.
Yeah.
So just a lot of different options. Yeah.
How'd you guys exchange your money? At the airport, or for me, I thought it was cheaper to get it done at Hongdae or Myeongdong, which is famous for being a touristy site, because they offer better rates than banks and at the airport.
I don't even know. Like my mom just told me to like use like a credit card.
Oh,
And then, like,
the credit cards, they charge more, don't they?
So you have to get a travel card that doesn't have international charge fees. You know, for the viewers, I was in Korea in October for like an event, and KAFLA has two payment. Well, we have multiple payment methods, but we have a debit card and we have a American Express travel card, right? And our staff, we have lunch every day, and so Jenny's like, "Leave me the Amex card." So I left the Amex card and I took the debit card to Korea and I charged it everywhere I went. Little did I know they were charging me an international fee on every single transaction. So you guys want to make sure, you know, everything's digital in Korea, so you can pretty much pay with a credit card everywhere you go, even at the local convenience stores. In a taxi, they'll give you a receipt, no problem. But make sure your credit card does not charge international fees, because those things add up and you're gonna end up spending like a lot more than you need to. And then I just Googled the exchange rate right now. So as of December 13th, when we're recording this podcast, what is it? $1? One US dollar equals 1,317 Korean won. So the exchange rate for Americans going to Korea right now is pretty amazing. You get 30% on top of what your normal dollar would be. It's been like that for the last, I would say, year. The Korean dollar's been kind of weak. Or the Korean won has been kind of weak. So right now is a really good time to go to Korea. Spend some money, pump some money into the Korean economy, and you'll just get more bang for your buck. So if you guys are planning on going, what's the airfare look like right now? You guys know?
It's pretty cheap, but it's going up right now because
What's considered cheap? Like what is a cheap? What would be considered a cheap airfare?
$1,000.
$1,000.
Usually it's 2,000 when it's peak.
And it depends on kind of what time of the year you go, right? Like
Yeah,
if you
which
go
airline.
during, which airline? Yes, but like I think Korean Air universally is accepted as the most expensive, and then you have Asiana, and then
There's a new hybrid airline, Air Premia.
Air Premia. Yeah, Air Premia is kind of like the Spirit Airlines of like Korea,
Like,
right?
better than Spirit.
I mean, let's not compare. I hope
There's so
nobody.
much
I hope
risk
nobody
with
from
Spirit.
Spirit is watching this video, but your airline is,
Kind of risky.
yeah, kind of risky. But yeah, there's Air Premia, and then there's Philippine Airlines, China Airlines, and a bunch of other East Asian airlines that fly. But I'm actually planning on going in January, and the flights right now to go in January, I want to say we're about 1,200.
Oh,
Yeah.
not bad.
And there's a lot of holidays that you kind of want to avoid because during the holidays everybody's traveling and obviously airfare goes up. But there are off-peak dates where you could get a really good deal. Maybe I don't know if we could go below 1,000 for any of those Korea-based airlines, but some of the discounted airlines you could go for really cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Going back to the credit card thing, just a heads up, some places. So I think Korea is a little bit too digitized. Some places actually don't accept cash, which can be like, so they only accept card. So like if you are traveling with an international card, just make sure that, like James said before, it doesn't charge international fees. But if you do exchange currencies, you said
Myeongdong, Hongdae, like these
Myeongdong,
touristy sites, they offer good rates because they're small mom and pop shops.
okay.
And there's banks all over the place.
But
in
banks
Seoul.
kind of have a higher rate than
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
so
it's
they
more
give you less.
expensive.
They give you less money.
yeah,
Yeah.
compared to these small.
I thought the banks gave you the most money.
No, I don't
Oh, so I got gypped while I was in Korea. That's nice.
Mm.
And then Jenny, when you went to Gwangjang-sijang, that open air market,
Uh-huh.
where you eat the pindat. I mean, I don't think we got into like all the food, but they have.
Pindaedeok is so good there.
Oh my god,
It's so
amazing.
good.
Yeah,
I don't even
빈대떡.
like pindaedeok, but it's so good.
You don't like
there.
pindae떡? Actually, I'm not a big fan of
So
pindae떡
good
either.
there.
But pindae떡, 떡볶이, 족발, I mean,
They
you
have
name
닭발
it.
too,
Yeah.
but I don't really like 닭발 there.
But did any of those? I don't think any of those places would accept credit cards either. I think those types of places would be all cash based. No?
I think they do.
Oh, they do?
accept card.
Oh, wow.
Because
Oh, they
everybody
did.
in Korea just pays a card now. So.
Right. Okay,
They're like little machine. They're little-
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah. So just take a credit card and you'll be fine. Apparently.
Yeah. Besides that, anything else you guys wanna?
Did you guys know in Korea when you purchase stuff, there's some shops that offer tax free. So when you go to the airport, you just turn that all in
Magical.
and you get money back. So last time I went, I got like $200 back. So it adds
Dude,
up.
what'd you buy that you saved $200 at the airport? That's like
Just Olive Young.
I think they
and-
give you like, depending on what kind of payment method you use, you get like between 10 and 15% back, right? It's called VAT.
Yeah.
It's called
yeah.
Well, you guys talk. I'll look up what a VAT means or what
Bought a
VAT
lot
stands
of
for.
gifts, so it added up. Yeah.
No, to get $200 back, you have to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I don't
You guys should
remember.
also go duty free shopping at the airport.
But I don't remember you bringing me back anything. Oh, it's called
I got you guys each a
Actually, no, you know what?
bag.
You're right. You did get some.
Yeah,
you got me.
I got a lot.
She got me some skincare. VAT stands for value added tax. Basically, it's like it's like duty free. They when you get to the airport before you leave the country, they give you some of the money back that you spent pretty much, and it's a certain percentage of what you purchase, and it's like Christmas when you go to that little machine inside the airport, and it tells you how much you've racked up, and it's like free money, like
You
and
have
it's a
to
lot.
save up your receipts.
But I believe
Not every store.
usually, in order to get a VAT return, each purchase that you make has to be over a certain amount, right? Like if you buy like a $5 piece of, or like a a dollar piece of, like a pack of gum, they're not gonna give you VAT on that. It's gotta be over a certain amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the store tells you, right? If it
Yeah, they have a sign usually.
Yeah. So I remember I was shopping at Uniqlo, and there was a minimum requirement, like in terms of how much you had to buy, how much you had to spend in order to qualify for it. So yeah, be on the lookout for that as well, and duty free as well. But there's a lot of shopping you can do in Korea.
Yeah.
Like a lot of shopping.
That's pretty much all you can do is shop, eat, shop,
Yeah.
eat. Maybe go to the Han River. I have a bucket list item, which is going to the Han River and eating ramen.
It's,
I never.
I think it's usually chicken, like fried chicken.
Or yeah,
It
I
has
mean,
the automatic
Big
machines.
ramen. You never seen
The
it?
ramen
Oh, I
making
The ramen
haven't
machine.
seen- I haven't
So
seen
it's like a
ramen.
big ramen and it's in ramen machine. Ramen
Yeah.
machine. So good.
yeah. One thing we didn't cover was how Korea has become such a delivery, like a food delivery mecca, right? I know a lot of foreigners and Americans see everything on Netflix, and you see pretty much, you see a lot of scenes where people are eating, drinking on the beach or like at the river. It's because the delivery. Korea has become a delivery society. You can get anything delivered anywhere at any time of the day.
Yeah.
And so, Brandon was mentioning that there's a ramen machine. So they have they have like 7-Eleven, kind of what's similar to 7-Eleven, but they had to call like GS25 or
CU.
CU, like literally CU. And you can go in there and they have these ramen machines where I guess you feed it money, right?
Yeah, it costs about $3 though. It's more expensive than buying
All
top
good,
ramen.
man. $3, man.
But it's like bigger though.
It's
No?
4,000원.
We drink $8 caramel macchiatos in Los Angeles. we don't have to complain about a $3 bowl of ramen. But yeah, I think that's all kind of part of the experience of going to Korea is like trying all the different types of food, but trying them in different places, right? So you and like us, if we ever do like a ramen episode where we're sitting here and eating ramen, imagine taking that same bowl of ramen, going to the Han River in Korea, and sitting on that concrete block and eating it there. It's the same thing, but it tastes completely different, right?
Yeah.
So it's like just the experience of trying different foods that you may or may not have tried before, but eating that, like, at least in our motherland, right? Or maybe, I mean, I consider it my motherland. But yeah, definitely the food thing. Are you guys planning on going to Korea anytime soon? Or going back?
I don't have any plans for it.
Okay.
but
I want to.
yeah, I want to.
I want to.
As an older man, let me just tell you guys,
Uh-huh.
go as often as you can while you're young.
Yeah.
The experience in Korea as a teenager, a 19-year-old is pretty much when you become an adult in Korea. You can start drinking and you can start, doing other bad things when you're 19 in Korea as opposed to 21 here. The experience you get when you're 19 and you're 43, which is how old I am, it's completely different. So if you can, go there while you're young. The nightlife is so much more fun. Like if I go into like a nightclub in Seoul right now, they wouldn't even let me in.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Are you here to pick up your kids? Like, please don't come in here." So my suggestion to everybody watching is, if you can go before you're 25, I would suggest it very, very highly. Yeah. So if you guys don't have any plans on going to Korea anytime soon, like you guys have any plans for Christmas? I know it's like just a couple weeks away now. Alan,
No Christmas plans.
you gonna come to work with me?
Oh no. No. Actually, I forgot. I might have an event. I'm going. We're going on a ski trip. Jenny and Chloe, and a couple
Really?
friends.
So-
yeah, that's over New Year's.
So, guys, my staff has been planning secret trips behind my back without telling me, and I might have to invite myself, but maybe we'll go record an episode. No, maybe we won't. We'll just let you guys have some fun. But what's the ski trip all about? Tell us about it.
Yeah, so we're going to Big Bear. over New Year's weekends. And then we're planning on going snowboarding. Then that's pretty much it. That's the plan right now. Just snowboard, have fun, like maybe go on a hike or like a walk in nature. That's pretty much it.
I hope a blizzard comes and you guys
Oh,
get
God.
snowed in.
Thank you.
Yeah, have fun without me. Brandon, any plans for you?
No, not really.
It's going out of state.
I mean, think I'm gonna go visit Dallas because one of my friends is there. 'Cause he's like hosting something, I think. But other than that, not really.
Brandon is the busiest 20-year-old I've ever met in my life. You know, he's always doing something, going somewhere. I mean, Chloe's pretty busy too. She travels the entire country. But it's good. No, you guys should travel a lot while you're young. You know, as I mentioned, you know, if you're gonna go to Korea, go while you're young. Do everything while you're young. You know, because as you get older, your body's gonna start getting sore, and you know you're gonna have more added responsibilities. So yeah, do everything while you're young.
Do you have any Christmas plans?
See, so this is one of the sad things about growing old is you don't really celebrate holidays and birthdays and stuff like you used to. Actually, no, my family's actually coming from Korea. Actually, no, they're not coming until January. You also have memory loss, by the way, because I thought they were coming before Christmas. They're actually coming in January. But no, I'll just hang out with my family. I have a. For those of you who don't know, I have a 6-year-old daughter, so we're probably gonna stay local. And actually, you know what? I think we're going to Big Bear too. Actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see you there.
Yeah, maybe we will. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. But do you guys want to run into me in Big Bear? Would that be a good thing for you guys?
I'm actually down to go snowboarding with you if you.
I've been snowboarding for a while. I can hold my own snowboarding, and at least maybe once I could buy you guys like breakfast or lunch or something. That would be nice. We'll see. All right.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys have any recommendations in terms of what you want to listen to in a future podcast episode, feel free to jot it down in the comments below. And with that, we'll see you guys next time. And you watched.
Wait, hold on. This is gonna take some practice, obviously, but let's try that again.
Okay. And you're watching
Chingoo Chat.
Bye.
Bye.